You won't believe how bad some of these SUVs are, and how insanely good others have become for 2025. We've done all the digging, so you don't have to. Today we're breaking down the 5 worst and 7 best SUVs you can buy in 2025. And trust me, one of the worst picks might shock you. It's a fan favorite that completely missed the mark this year. Stick around till the end, because the number 1 best SUV on our list is an absolute game changer. Let's dive in with the 5 worst SUVs you'll want to avoid this year. At number 5, we have the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Starting off our list is a car that has fallen a long way. Grand Cherokees used to be known for dependability. Sadly, newer models are not worth the exorbitant price tags. However, they're still great-looking SUVs though. These rugged midsize SUVs have stunning exteriors and a premium interior. It has a 10.1-inch touchscreen, a 10.3-inch digital gauge cluster, and a 10-inch head-up display. Higher trims also get quilted leather seats and Alpine or Macintosh sound systems. The engine is powerful and built for off-roading. It has an 8-speed automatic V6 producing 293 horsepower. In an alternate universe, this would be better than a RAV4, but quality control issues make this a questionable buy. Recent problems include rollaway risks, loss of vehicle control, and fire risk in the PHEV. The starting price of $36,495 is ridiculous for a non-luxury SUV. The Grand Cherokee 4xe Hybrid is double the price, but has disappointing fuel economy. With gas only, fuel economy is just 23 miles per gallon combined. The Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid offers much better fuel economy and costs $30,000 less. The fully loaded 4xe costs almost $90,000. That's much higher than the best electric SUV in 2025, which we'll reveal later in this video. Number 4 is the Ford Escape. You would expect the first car manufacturer in the world to be the most reliable. Sadly, that is not the case, at least not with the Ford Escape. The Escape has 4 different engine types, including the infamous 1.5-liter EcoBoost. This is a naturally aspirated 3-cylinder that produces 180 horsepower. It is also the same engine in the Ford Bronco, and it has been a disaster. Ford had to recall 500,000 vehicles due to a faulty fuel injector. This caused cars to combust spontaneously. Sadly, the engines in the hybrid and plug-in hybrid are also questionable. A manufacturing defect in the 2020 to 2024 battery could cause it to just stop working. If you must buy a Ford Escape, get the turbocharged 2-liter EcoBoost. When maintained properly, the engine will last at least 150,000 miles. Still, the asking price of the Escape is $28,150. You can find better SUVs around that price or less. Ford's limited warranty is another reason not to buy this SUV. The powertrain warranty is only 5 years or 60,000 miles, and 3 years or 36,000 miles limited warranty. If the engine was more reliable, this wouldn't be a problem. If you're looking for a hybrid, we've a much better option later on. But first, some more miserable SUVs. In the 3rd spot is the Volkswagen Taos. The Volkswagen Taos is meant to be a larger Golf, but it fails in almost every regard. It is a bland-looking SUV with a spotty safety record and poor customer satisfaction. Completely avoid the 2022, which was recalled 6 times by the NHTSA. Since then, Volkswagen has made some improvements. The 2025 model is the best one yet, but it's still a clunker. It has a digital gauge cluster, optional leather upholstery, and a panoramic sunroof. Under the hood is a turbocharged 1.5-liter 4-cylinder, producing 174 horsepower. The front-wheel drive of this engine does 0 to 60 miles per hour in 7.4 seconds. The numbers sound impressive, but the reality tells a different story. Consumer Reports noted that the 2024 model has a big initial delay when accelerating from a stop. The 2025 is slightly better, but it still has a sluggish response. More disturbing is the abysmal 50,000-mile powertrain warranty. That is half of what nearly every other manufacturer offers. That should let you know how little Volkswagen thinks of its engine. And yes, the small turbo engine will break down fairly quickly. The $26,420 asking price is also too close to more reliable SUVs from Subaru, Mazda, and Toyota. Number 2 is the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. The next SUV has no redeeming qualities. Well, that's not true. The Eclipse Cross looks like an SUV that would be fun to drive. Sadly, it isn't. This subcompact SUV has been bashed by critics and owners alike. Even the 2025 version delivers low customer satisfaction, further hurting Mitsubishi's reputation. Like the Taos, it has a turbocharged 1.5-liter four-cylinder engine. However, this only delivers 152 horsepower. Worse still, it uses a continuously variable transmission (CVT). Despite the CVT and small engine, fuel economy isn't great. You only get 25 miles per gallon in the city and 28 miles per gallon on the highway, which is average for its class. For $26,545, you can do a lot better. Add a couple extra grand, and you could get a Mazda CX-5 or a Volkswagen Tiguan. Other problems include small cargo space, poor handling, and a noisy cabin. The infotainment system is outdated, and only higher trims get competitive safety features. The only positive is that Mitsubishi has provided a generous warranty. Seeing as CVTs and small turbos don't last long, you're going to need it. Taking the first spot is the Dodge Hornet. Almost everything about the Dodge Hornet sounds good on paper. It is a great-looking car from the outside in. It comes in the gas-powered GT or hybrid RT. It has a powerful 2-liter turbocharged engine producing 268 horsepower. It also has a 9-speed automatic transmission, not a CVT. The Dodge Hornet is built for speed and does 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.5 seconds. You can also get a 3.6-liter V6 that gives 400 horsepower. The hybrid Hornet RT is also incredibly fast. Unfortunately, it has a turbocharged 1.3-liter engine. As mentioned before, small turbo engines are a mechanic's best friend, and it has poor fuel consumption. And that's just the beginning of what's wrong with this car. This small compact SUV has a ridiculous starting price of $33,180. That's more than a Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4, and Mazda CX-50. Dodge Hornets also have terrible resale value. Kelley Blue Book estimates that the 2024 GT will lose $20,000 from its value in just 5 years. J.D. Power gave the 2025 a quality and reliability score of 66. That is by far the worst rating on this list. Alright, now that we've squeezed all the sour lemons, let's talk about the sweetest SUVs of 2025. But if you think your beloved Disaster on Wheels missed our lemon parade, don't worry. Check out our video, 17 Worst Cars That No One Buys. Because life's too short to drive regret on 4 wheels. Okay, let's move on. Number 1 is the Mazda CX-5. The Mazda CX-5 kicks us off as the best compact for 2025. It beat out close competitors like the Honda CR-V, Hyundai Tucson, and even the Mazda CX-50. Ironically, the CX-50 is meant to replace the CX-5, but buyers won't let it. The Mazda CX-5 is loved for its gracious styling, handling of curves, and reliability. And unlike its competitors, it doesn't use a CVT. The base 2.5-liter inline-4 engine produces 187 horses and 186 pound-feet of torque. You also get a 6-speed automatic transmission, and it's all-wheel drive. This symphony of parts creates responsive acceleration and excellent handling. You get decent fuel economy of 26 miles per gallon in the city and 31 miles per gallon on the highway. If you want more speed, the top trims have the same engine but turbocharged. These produce 256 horsepower, capable of going 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.2 seconds. For 2025, Mazda has reintroduced the base S trim. This has brought the starting price down by $700 to $28,570. As if that wasn't enough, this car now comes with better safety features as standard. These include adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, and pedestrian detection. This makes driving the Mazda CX-5 easier than ever. The only downside of the CX-5 is the limited legroom for rear passengers. Cargo space is also small compared to competitors. The CX-5 also doesn't have a hybrid version. Do you know what does? A car we'll discuss later in this video. Number 2 is the Genesis GV70. The best luxury compact SUV for 2025 is the Genesis GV70. Close competitors in this class include the Porsche Macan, BMW X3, and the Lincoln Corsair. While each of these cars does a lot of things well, the GV70 excels in every category. The exterior looks sportier and more modern than most of its European competitors. This is due to its two-line headlamps, G-matrix grille, and sweeping curves. As good as it looks outside, it gets even better inside. The fingerprint authentication system is a work of art. With a tap of your finger, the car starts and restores your saved seat and mirror settings. There is so much tech in the car that driving is now almost too easy. The electronically controlled suspension scans the road for potholes. It then diverts suspension to the wheels as needed to maintain balance. Another great feature is the remote parking assist. When you're in a tight spot, it can park and pull out the car while you watch. Let's not forget about the engine. Base trims get a turbocharged 2.5-liter four-cylinder, producing 300 horsepower. This yields respectable fuel economy of 22 miles per gallon in the city and 28 miles per gallon on the highway. An 8-speed automatic and all-wheel drive come as standard. You can also opt for a turbocharged V6 that generates 375 horsepower. The best thing about the Genesis GV70 is the starting price of just $45,700. This makes it the cheapest luxury SUV by a mile despite being a much better car. At number 3, we have the BMW X1. BMW has redeemed it by producing the best luxury subcompact with the X1. The German brand's cheapest SUV is a car almost anyone can afford. Starting at $41,350, this car offers more value and better handling than its competitors. Under the hood is a turbocharged 2-liter four-cylinder, coughing up 241 horsepower. It provides a satisfying fuel economy of 28 miles per gallon combined. If you want more firepower, M35i's turbocharged 2-liter generates 312 horsepower. Frankly, the smaller engine is more than enough. Both have a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission that is smooth. The base xDrive 28i trim does 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.4 seconds. This provides plenty of power and fun when driving the family. And yes, this seats 5 adults comfortably, unlike its competitors. If we had to find something wrong with the X1, it would be its pricey add-ons. Driver assistance features like adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist cost extra. Head-up display, video augmented reality, and 360-degree camera are also premium. If you don't mind spending extra, we've got another luxury SUV you'll love. But before then is what many are calling the best SUV of 2025. Taking the 4th spot is the Kia Telluride. Just like the Genesis G70, the Kia Telluride has been a shocking success. It is the best three-row SUV, the best midsize SUV, and perhaps just the best SUV, period. For 2025, the Telluride has gotten even better. It now has an updated grille, new headlights, and new 20-inch alloy wheels on higher trims. Inside, you have an option for an 8-seater or 7-seater with captain's chairs. There are more safety features than ever. Smart cruise control with stop and go is standard on all trims. Higher trims get a blind spot camera when you signal and a 360-degree camera. Under the hood is a 3.6-liter V6, delivering 291 horsepower and 26 miles per gallon on the highway. What makes the Telluride stand out is its level of practicality. The large, comfortable seats make it perfect for long trips. Plus, there's the 5,000-pound towing capacity on lower trims and 5,500 on the highest. This SUV is also great for off-roading and performance driving. With a starting price of $36,190, the Telluride is value for money and has a high resale value. Buying higher trims of the Telluride is also cheaper and better than most luxury SUVs, maybe even better than the next car. Coming in at number 5 is the Mercedes-Benz GLE. Choosing the best luxury midsize for 2025 was difficult, but the GLE just inched by the Audi Q7, BMW X5, and the Genesis G V80. The Porsche Cayenne was also in the running, but its price tag is astronomical. What ultimately won it for the GLE is the abundance of options. First, you can choose between a 2-row or a 3-row. Next, you get 4 engine options. These include turbocharged 4, 6, and 8 cylinders. This provides a robust range of horsepower from 255 to 603. There are 5 regular GLE trims, including the GLE 450e plug-in hybrid. You also get 2 AMG options. Wheel options range from 19 to 22-inch alloy wheels. Even though this Mercedes is good, you have to buy packages to make it great. Blind spot assist, adaptive cruise control, and lane keeping assist cost an extra $1,950. Front seats are heated as standard, but ventilated seats cost extra. The good thing about the packages, though, is that they provide more customization. You could end up with an SUV that's practically a Maybach for less than half the price. If this video tickles your fancy or saves you from a car catastrophe, smash that like button and subscribe. It's free, it's fun, and it makes us feel slightly less like we're talking to ourselves. All right, onwards we go. At number 6 is the Honda CR-V Hybrid. Choosing the best hybrid SUV for 2025 was another tight race. Critics were split between the Toyota Grand Highland, Hyundai Tucson, and the CR-V. All of these SUVs are great buys for 2025, but the CR-V slightly edges them out. The reason is simple. The Honda CR-V is also a great vehicle, but a hybrid takes it up several notches. Even though its $34,650 base price is high, you get a lot of value in return. Firstly, this is a spacious compact SUV. There is plenty of legroom for 3 adults in the rear seats and loads of cargo space. You get 39.3 cubic feet behind the second row and 76.5 cubic feet with the seats down. The powertrain is a 2-liter 4-cylinder paired with 2 electronic motors. Combined, they produce 204 horsepower and 247 pound-feet of torque. The CR-V's eCVT is a bit of a letdown, but it helps deliver exceptional fuel economy. You get 43 miles per gallon in the city and 36 on the highway. Unlike the Mercedes GLE, most driver assistance features are standard in the hybrid trims. Adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, and traffic sign recognition are standard. There is a lot that comes with the base hybrid trim, which makes its high price more reasonable. The final car is Hyundai Ioniq 5N. Hyundai has produced another masterpiece with the Hyundai Ioniq 5N. This is the best electric SUV in 2025, and that says a lot. To make a car better than Tesla, BYD, and Rivian is outstanding. First thing that stands out about this car is the design. The Ioniq 5N looks like something from a movie, and it moves like it. The 641 horsepower motor does 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.25 seconds. That's faster than a Lamborghini Urus Performance and the Dodge Durango Hellcat. The only disappointing thing is that it only gets 72 mpg. That is less than nearly all competitors. Fortunately, fast charging comes as standard, so you can quickly replenish. You also get a range of 221 miles, which is good enough for most driving conditions. At $67,575, the Hyundai Ioniq 5N is on the high side, but compared to some luxury cars, it is affordable and more reliable. But if you think it's out of your price range, you've got 6 other great SUVs to buy in 2025. We've just covered the best and worst SUVs of 2025, all served up on a silver platter. But if you're still feeling paranoid about ending up with a clunker, check out our video, 23 least reliable cars that won't last 30,000 miles. Because some cars are just ticking time bombs on wheels. Hit that like button, smash subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.